certainly resources, again, stands out. And resources from multiple perspectives. So we have a very similar situation as we did with the K through 12 example. We've got physical resources, we've got support resources in terms of management, understanding, supporting what's going on, training management, having a vision. So those are, I guess, my items for resources.
So what else would be a big theme?
I see feedback.
Say more?
I see feedback.
Right.
Employee participation.
Mm-hmm.
Train design to meet the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Learner input in content and application.
What is that one called?
Feedback.
Feedback.
Those meetings.
Thank you.
Those meetings. Effective
Could
meetings.
be design and feedback. It's
Right.
improvement of increased frequency and
Yeah,
depth of meeting.
training,
So something about the training process
Process
itself.
itself.
Right.
Okay. And then I see one about the way you work together. Collaboration. Vision.
Could the more time with learners fall into that?
See, this is the process. You look at all the stuff you've got and say, what makes sense to put together so that I have 3 things that really explains why my company's really good at what it does with its training program. So, what should we erase the...
Yep, so we have a very similar situation here in terms of writing our thesis statement and thinking about how we organize the paper. And I think the intro in terms of painting the picture of the physical environment applies equally as well in adult learning situations. Having a sense of the organization's mission, what they're designed to do, and being clear and explicit about who your learners are. Is it your colleagues? Is it your customers? Colleagues could be peers, could be management, so you want to be real explicit about who my learners are.
Sometimes you're in a training department that works all over the organization. Sometimes they decentralize that, and you're in a part of the organization that has its own training department. You can change that from what it is right now. But you need to describe sort of where are you.
Where do you fall in the hierarchy of the organization? If it's centralized, what's the department overall responsible for? And then what's your particular role? If it's decentralized, where do I fall? Am I in, for my utility time, energy delivery, technical training, generation technical training, or HR, corporate employee development? So how would you categorize it?
So sort of set yourself up that way.
Right.
Now, what kind of company should we just practice on?
Who wants to volunteer one?
Throw one out. It can be one you're making up or one that you're in.
It's not like a school.
We don't want a school.
It's an organization.
Healthcare.
Oh, I mean,
Healthcare?
That sounds good.
Okay. And let's make up a name for it that's not
Not healthcare.
Aurora or Wheaton
Or pro-health, or...
I don't know, adult health care.
Like the TV show, you can call it the practice. They have all different.
There you go. Okay, we'll just say adult health care. I'm a we kind of person. So.
Our mission to, what's the mission of a healthcare organization? To provide, our mission to provide individual services to our clients is supported by I'll put quality in it. Just put it after provide. After provide, quality.
Okay.
Is supported by, now we had 3 things. We had resources, a vision, and effective function.
Right.
So however you want to say those. By a clear training vision, or a clear educational vision. We have to talk sometime about the difference between education and training.
Right.
You train a dog to do tricks.
Clear
Yeah.
educational vision.
Vision. Solid application of instructional practice. And then the resources and
Adequate always comes to mind.
adequate deployment of resources. So if I'm the reader, I know that you're going to talk about three big things. So then your task is to say, when I say a clear vision of, a clear educational vision, then I want to describe what that vision is, and then I want to pull out 2, 3, 4 really concrete things that I can give examples of, so that I can picture what that means in practice. It's like going from your belief system to how that works in practice. And your vision for your educational vision is really, in some ways, your belief system. And then how it's carried out in terms of understanding the end-to-end process, collaboration and teamwork, focus on the learners through taking adequate time with them, etc. But you're going to paint a picture. You're not just going to say those three things the way I just said them. Each of them could be a paragraph. And then when you get to the end again, you want to come back to how can you pull it together in a way that takes you back perhaps to the way you got in, or that summarizes the three things in a new way, or that, since this is all made up, you could say as a result of our focus on these three things, we received the highest award that our association gives. Da, 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 da.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Only because, you throw the healthcare in there, but this is like adult learners, so wouldn't it be their mission to provide, say, like, the best employees? I don't think we're training nurses. Because don't you people train people in your organization who work in your organization?
Actually, you would be training nurses in some of the things the organization does.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. But yeah,
But I mean, there are companies that just use you as a manager to train, so there's, they understand your part and you understand theirs, and there's learning just within.
And there also might be times where in a
Okay.
healthcare situation, I'm actually training the community or trying to educate patients on the community as well. So yes, again, that
but
highlights the importance, I think, of being clear.
But when you think about the end-to-end process, you have to think about what's our product or what's our service as well, and the training's connected to that. What amazes me when I read these is that in organizations as diverse as Harley-Davidson or Aurora or Northwestern Mutual, some of the same things come up as critical, even though the product is very different. So that there are some
There are
commonalities across.
similar issues within almost every organization when it comes to training and development.
So then in our small groups, we're going to take the K-12 people, as we're now going to break at 3:20, we'll reconvene, 3:15, 3:20, whatever, 15 minutes from where you are on your watch right now, in 3:06, and the adult ed people will stay here. And so we'll be separate for the rest of the day. But in both groups, we'll go through the homework, including walking through case 2. And then we're going to be working with our Zhao book.
And we'll be working with the Volkowski book, a couple of chapters that I asked you to read.
So if you have other questions about this, we can take them up in
Yeah,
the
we'll
small
take them up
groups.
after